You know, some stories from our past are just lost, gone. But then there are the other kinds of mysteries, the ones that are sitting right in front of us. Artifacts and buildings so advanced, so out of place, that they're still a complete puzzle. And they make us question everything we thought we knew about where we come from.
So it really makes you wonder, right? Were ancient civilizations way more intelligent, way more advanced than we give them credit for? It's a huge question. And the things we're about to look at suggest that our ancestors might have had knowledge that we're still struggling to understand today.
So let's dive into our first big category of mysteries, these incredible lost technologies. How in the world did people, thousands of years ago, create things with such unbelievable skill and sophistication? Let's look at some things that honestly feel like they're from the future, not the past. Okay, take a look at this. This is a carving from a temple in Egypt. It's over 2,200 years old. But doesn't it look strangely familiar? I mean, it's got this massive bulb shape, a snake inside that looks exactly like a filament, and even a base that looks kind of like a socket. The big question is, could the ancient Egyptians have figured out electricity? I want you to just picture what the world was like 2,100 years ago. No computers, no complex machines. Got it? Hold that thought, because our next artifact is something that just shouldn't have existed back then. Get this, it's called the Antikythera mechanism. It was found in an ancient shipwreck, and it is, for all intents and purposes, an ancient analog computer. Inside, it has over 30 incredibly precise bronze gears. This thing could track the sun, the moon, and the planets. It could predict eclipses with stunning accuracy. It even kept track of the 4-year cycle for the Olympic Games. How was something this complex built over 2,000 years ago? And it's not just complex machines. Check this out. It's called the Saqqara bird, found in an Egyptian tomb. Now, it doesn't look like any other bird carving from that time. See how the wings are perfectly aerodynamic? And the tail? It's shaped just like a vertical stabilizer on a modern airplane. In fact, when they've made replicas, they actually fly. So, was this just a really cool kid's toy? Or is it possible the ancient Egyptians understood the principles of flight? Okay, so we've seen these small, mind-boggling objects. Now let's zoom out. I mean, way out. We're going to talk about massive stone structures that just seem, well, they seem completely impossible for the time they were built. This timeline right here, it honestly just breaks your brain. We all think of the pyramids as being ancient, right? Well, Göbekli Tepe is more than twice as old as the pyramids. It was built 11,000 years ago. That's before people invented farming, before pottery, before the wheel. Just let that sink in for a second. And this is what those hunter-gatherers built, Göbekli Tepe. It's this huge temple complex with these amazing T-shaped stone pillars that are 16 feet tall and covered in carvings. And they did it all without metal tools. This one discovery completely flipped our understanding of history. We used to think farming led to villages, which led to religion. This place suggests was the other way around, that the need to build a sacred place is what actually sparked civilization. All right, let's talk about some serious heavy lifting, 40 tons. That's like the weight of several school buses. That's how heavy some of the giant stones used to build Stonehenge were. But believe it or not, the weight isn't even the most incredible part of the story. No, the most incredible part is how far they traveled. These 40-ton behemoths were moved over 250 kilometers, all the way from the mountains in Wales. How on earth did a prehistoric culture 5,000 years ago pull that off? The amount of planning and sheer manpower it would have taken is just, it's mind-blowing. So we've looked at mysterious objects and impossible buildings. Now let's shift gears to mysteries of the mind, ancient texts and codes that some of the smartest people in the world, even with supercomputers, have completely failed to crack. This quote says it all. It perfectly captures the riddle of what's probably the most mysterious book in the entire world, the Voynich manuscript. It is a complete and total enigma. The stuff inside this book is just bizarre. It's about 600 years old, and its 240 pages are filled with writing in a language or code that nobody has ever seen before. There are drawings of plants that botanists say don't exist on Earth. There are strange star charts and these weird, cryptic drawings of women bathing in these intricate green water systems. For centuries, nobody has been able to make any sense of it. So, what is this thing? Is it all just an incredibly detailed, meaningless prank that someone spent years creating? Or is it a real text?
written in a language that's been lost to time, or a code so complex we haven't found the key. The weird thing is, the text has patterns, just like a real language. It seems to have meaning. We just can't find it.
And the Voynich manuscript isn't alone. Take the Phaistos disc. It's a 4,000-year-old clay disc found on the island of Crete, and it's covered in this spiral of unique symbols. It's a form of writing that has never been seen anywhere else. We have no idea what it says or what it was for. It's yet another example of a whole system of knowledge that has just vanished.
So after all of this, after forgotten technologies, impossible buildings, and books nobody can read, what are we supposed to think? What do all these enduring puzzles really tell us about our own past?
I think what it tells us is that human history is not a simple, straight line of progress. It's not a closed book. It's a messy, complicated story with forgotten chapters, lost knowledge, and brilliant people whose achievements can still baffle us today. It seems we're still discovering just how much we don't know.
And that really brings us to the biggest question of all. The Antikythera mechanism was hidden in a shipwreck for 2,000 years. Göbekli Tepe was buried under a hill for millennia. It just makes you wonder, what other secrets are still out there, lying buried just beneath our feet, waiting to rewrite history all over again?